My mom always told me that her mom told her that when a cat sleeps on the back of its head like this, it's calling for rain. And looking out my window, that's what I see, rain. Now, I'd love to go out and take photographs today, but I think I'm going to stay home and we'll amuse ourselves in the kitchen by baking some bread. We're starting out with some Spelt Grain. We got it from the Mennonite farmers outside of town. It's fresh. We're going to grind that with our Bosch machine here. Mary's going to just pour that into the machine right here. Putting the grain in. There we go. It's a bit of a process to do this, but we think it's worthwhile. We've got 530 grams of flour now that we've ground. We're going to pour that into our Bosch machine. We'll add some sugar, not as much as it calls for. Now we've got to add some butter. 57 grams, we need a few more grams of butter. Okay. 69 grams. 71. That's close enough. We could use a little extra butter maybe. Got 420 milliliters of buttermilk. We're going to add an egg into that. There you go, a nice fresh egg. Lightly flour the work surface here where we're going to put the bread. Now, it doesn't exactly just fall out of the bowl, does it? Well, the oven's ready. I wish we were. We're not quite ready. See if I can get any more of this dough out of here. Got a little flour on your hands, you can grab it easier. Okay, we've kneaded and pounded and poked it, and we put it in the pan here ready to go in the oven. Mary's putting a little mark on it there. Now we're going to make some Irish soda bread. with raisins. Mary's mixing buttermilk, eggs, sugar and salt, baking soda. We're going to weigh out 530 grams of flour. Got 170 there. We're going to have to add some more. There we go, 529 grams. Just a pinch of salt. You're not going to weigh it at all. Just a little bit, not too much. Ooh. So we've added the salt and sugar and baking soda. Now we add 70 grams of unsalted butter. Raisins and dried cranberries. Will I add those for you?
Yeah.
We've got all the dry mixture in the bowl now. We're going to add the egg and buttermilk and some molasses. Oh, that's going to be nice. This is going to be really interesting. Oh yeah. That looks pretty interesting. Okay, so the dough is out of the bowl. Mary's mixing it by hand now on the counter. This is going to be fabulous. We still got 22 minutes on the clock for the other loaf that's in the oven, so it's going to be interesting to see. Now, from what I can see, this is still Irish soda bread. It's made with buttermilk, egg, but instead of sugar, we've got molasses in there. So I think that's going to be pretty delightful. Hope so. It's got raisins too. Okay, here we go, making some muffins now.
Keto muffins.
These are going to be keto muffins. This is almond flour. So we got a cup and a half of almond flour. We're going to add some flax grain now. There we go with flax.
Bring it up to 3 cups.
Okay, so that's 1.5 of the almond, 1.5 of flax.
Yep.
Great.
And then baking powder.
A little bit of baking powder. How much?
Heaping tablespoon.
Now we got some eggs and applesauce and yogurt in the bowl. Mary's going to blend those up here. Looks pretty good. Well, the oven just beeped. Oh my goodness, look at that. Does that ever look wonderful? Well, now, round 2. How is it now?
Looks good.
Looks perfect. In with the second loaf. Let's get a closer look at this. Well, that looks pretty interesting to me.
Don't touch it. It's too hot.
That's pretty hot. We'll let that cool. Well, our second loaf is almost baked in the oven. It's time to get the muffins together. Adding the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, watching for any lumps. Now we're going to mix them together here. Mary's going to mix them. I'm doing nothing. I'm quite content just to stand by and watch for this. Takes a little bit of handwork to mix the muffin batter together here. And Mary's going to add the raisins to it. Dough was a little too wet, so Mary added some more almond flour there to it. Again, a little more. It's painstaking. Well, the timer just went off, so let's see what that loaf of bread looks like. Oh, that looks good. That's the one with the molasses. Now our muffins are going in. Keto muffins, look at there. We'll have enough to last a week or two, I hope. Maybe not. They're pretty good. There you go. Wow, this is the bread with molasses and raisins. I think it's going to be just fabulous. It's a sourdough loaf with molasses and raisins in. Well, that's what we got after our afternoon of baking here. We've got a couple loaves and a whole bunch of muffins. They're going to be delicious. Now I'm going to try this with a cup of tea, some herbal tea, and see just how good it is. It's delicious.